All right, let's see how you did on this one, guys. So in this problem, we know that angle 1 is 95 degrees, and we're trying to find angle 7. Now, these don't have a named relationship like we've talked about. They're not corresponding. They're not alternate interior, alternate exterior, whatever. But, again, if we kind of map these out, like we talked about in the last video, we can figure out what the angle measurements are. So angle 1 and angle 4 have to be the same. Okay, so they're both 95 degrees. Which makes angle 5 and angle 8 the same because those are the two corresponding angles. They're also vertical to each other, but they correspond to each other. So those are 95 degrees. And if we look at the other four angles have one measure. They're all going to be the same measure. 2 and 3 are the same, 6 and 7 are the same, they're the same as each other. So all four of those have the same measure. Now here's how we figure out what angle 7 is though. So notice anytime you have two angles that are along the same line right next to each other, like 7 and 8 right here, that is a linear pair, and linear pairs always add up to 180 degrees. So angle 7, so the measure of angle 7 then plus the measure of angle 8, they're going to add up to equal 180 degrees. Well, if we know that this is 95 for angle 8, and then to find the measure of angle 7 then, all we have to do is subtract the 95 away from the 180, which leaves angle 7 to be equal to 85 degrees. So angle 7 is 85 degrees. Angle 6 would also be 85 degrees. Angle 2 and 3 would both be 85 degrees. And that's how this works with parallel lines. You have two different measurements, and if you have some that are not in the same location, like you could, again, we can map these out with different colors and see which ones are the same. If they're not the same, then they're automatically going to add up to 180 degrees. So you can figure out all of these angles just with that same process. Okay.